enough.
Good timing.
That's
Good
enough.
timing, Monsieur Pete.
Yeah, I know how to count to 4.
Well, this is topical, given all of the back problems that I'm having recently.
Yes, how's that going?
Well, I don't know. I'm sort of.
I thought you haven't moaned about it for a little while now, so I thought.
No, it's getting better actually. But I am still finding that when I'm practicing, I will put a strap on and practice like that. And I think, funny enough, these stalls are better. But if I'm sort of like on a sofa and I'm a bit more,
you get punched down like
yeah,
this, don't you?
Like,
I think people need to make sure they. Also, I think people do that. They hold their shoulder up a lot when you're playing. Like that, instead of just relaxing your shoulders.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is relaxing. We're going slightly off topic here, but you'll see why. But yeah, I was playing, with the guitar on a strap. Yeah. And I must have played for 30 or 40 minutes. And I took it off, and it was like, wow, it's like you notice you've had the guitar, especially if you normally play like this. Yeah. So of course, these are Thinline, which means they're quite a lot lighter than non-Thinline, and that was why I thought I would bring this up.
Your back problems.
We have got 4 different models of guitar today, all of which are Thinline, which is kind of cool. Yeah. But 2 of them are part of an American Pro II series. So Telecaster, Stratocaster from the Pro II series, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Uh-huh.
And 2 of them are these rather unusual limited edition Suona. I don't know if this is apparently we really need an Italian person in the room, Mr. Pete, because Suona is apparently Italian for sound. Suona.
Suona. Grazie, prego.
And these 2 burst guitars here are using Italian Alpine spruce, I think, Tim, and have had a custom voiced Suona pickup. We'll get into that in a minute.
Talking of strap-ons, these are new pickups from Ernie Ball. It's
They're
really
pickups,
cool.
are they, from Ernie Ball? That's great.
No, strap-ons, I said. You strap them on. Look at that. Did I say pickups? Did I say pickups? You pickups from Ernie Ball. It's cool, isn't it?
Trouble is, I'm not very good at. Well, if I wear a strap whilst I'm sitting down, it doesn't do anything other than just fall in the way.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's the problem with these, aren't they?
But maybe I need to play like up here.
But these are super cool. There's some new one of these anyway. Whatever. We'll put that down there.
Nice cable as well, Mr. Pete.
Nice cables. We're repping all the Ernie Ball stuff here.
Tell us about the guitar that you've got, Mr. Pete.
You know what? It's always for me a Strat that is a Thinline is sort of a conundrum or
isn't it?
What is it called? What is that word when it means 2 things?
Just juxtaposition.
No. It's like a fancy word. No, I can't. I was just about to say it and then I forgot it because I've got brain of like a sieve.
You know, Eric Johnson had a signature F-hole
I know he did. Yeah, I did. But that's where I kind of noticed them. But it's
unusual, right?
It seems a little wrong for me. But
it's much more familiar to see an F-hole on a Telecaster. Yeah. They've been doing that since the 60s.
Yeah, a long time ago.
But yeah, the Strat, bit more weird. Yeah. But there you go. That's what it is. It has the same effect in terms of taking the weight away. Yeah. Some people say that it has a sort of an acoustic property to it.
But it does. Listen to that. I mean, it rings super nicely. It's got a 2-point trim here, so it's not the original 6-point trim, 2-point trim. It's got an ash body, and it's got this finish which are see-through, so you can see the grain through it, which I like.
Yeah.
I really like the scratch plate because that is like a 3-ply.
You know what it looks like?
Slightly thinner 3-ply.
It looks like, from at least a little bit of a distance, it looks like a pile of autumn leaves that you've just swept up in your garden.
The autumn leaves.
That is the scratch plate colour though. On my original Chapman Cap 10,
no, it's over there. That's darker.
But I wanted that ready, more mottled effect than the sort of traditional tortoise shell.
It's like a super aged and faded scratch plate. Yeah. Anyway,
but we are doing our best to make these guitars sound much more interesting than the F-hole versions of American Pro II, which is what they essentially are.
Exactly.
So American Pro II with an F-hole. All the other specs are the same. So let's have a little listen.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I'm not done yet. Hold your horses. Also, I noticed that it says back here, it says please like and subscribe because we just hit 900,000. So thank you very much for that. We really appreciate that. But it would be great to get to the million so we can give one of these clones away. Maple neck, rosewood board, normal tuners. I mean, it's got a bit of a carve here, so you can do that. I don't know who does that up there on one of these.
You were doing that in that video before. You were shredding like a mother. Maybe not up there, but you were shredding.
Okay, I don't even remember that now. That's how what was that word, man? That's so annoying, that word. It's like a really fancy word I read in the dictionary once. I used to, every morning I used to...
When you've got like two things that are opposite.
No, it's like same but different. Anyway, let's hear what it sounds like. So the pickups on these are VMod 2 pickups, and it does have a little trick up its sleeve. It's in its F hole. When you are in the bridge, you hit that in, it'll bring in the neck pickup. Did you see the EVH new
I did, the
guitars?
Semi-acoustic.
That's got an E hole. So it's shaped like an E for
I didn't
Eddie.
even notice that.
He did that for his dad, yeah, so that was really cool. So
That's
it's
cool.
an E and not an F hole.
Ah.
What is a G hole?
Could do.
A D hole.
V hole. Or of course an A hole, as the world is full of them.
I'm in the deputy, everything at 12 o'clock for Noel. There's a nice sustain in it.
Know what it sounds like?
No?
It sounds like a Strat.
It sounds like a Strat. It does sound like a Strat. I don't necessarily know if I can hear the hollowness. Maybe a little bit. So it brings it in there as well, actually.
Yeah, so position 1 and 2.
Yeah.
The weird one is obviously in position 3, if you bring it in, it's kind of the same as just having the switch in position 4 anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, position 1 is probably where it's most noticeable.
Yeah, here is position 2. So when I then bring and I hit that switch here, it's all 3 pickups. Ooh. So that's quite special. Let me get the switch. All 3 pickups.
A little bit more clarity and a bit more fullness as well.
The clarity. That's clarity. I like that when you bring. Nobody noticed that.
This is so light.
Wonderwall in. Yeah, but that's what they are, aren't they? They are light. So I try a bit of gain, or we don't care about that.
Did we hear bridge with the neck pickup?
Yeah, we did. I played Wonderwall, but you were busy.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realise I got blindsided by the tune.
You get so distracted you didn't even tell Wonderwall that I played Wonderwall.
I knew it was Wonderwall.
Here's the Dane. It sounds like a Strat.
That's such a good sound as well.
Yeah, it's a great sound. It's just sounds like a Strat, but it's a good sound. It's got that hollow. It's got a little bit of more hollow mid, but that's just the boost. That's the boost in that amp with this guitar.
I do, again, it's all personal, but I do much prefer the less gain of the Dane, but pushing the amp more than the more gain of the protein. That's all horses for courses, isn't it?
Horses for courses.
Right, should we tell you about its brother? Well, what we should do actually first is let's put the colours on screen now that the two guitars, the Strat and the Tele, are both available in the 4 identical colours. So you got a blue, you got a pink, you got a white, and you got a green. Which would be your favourite, Monsieur Pete?
The pink, I think. I like the pink.
I might go the blue myself, but
they smell so nice, man.
Anyway, come with a hard case, as all the American Pro 2 guitars do. These are, did we mention they're FSR, Fender Special Run?
Yeah, Fender Special Run.
I think we did, but if we didn't, we just have. Meaning, obviously, these will just be in the catalogue for this kind of like one run. So if you like it, you might need to act fast.
Put it to the collection.
Okay, the Telecaster.
Telemacusta.
I've turned all my pedals off. Same idea as the Strat in terms of, you know, the ash body and the neck carb and everything. Of course, these are only, the Telecasters are all maple necks, got that sort of vintage tint on the neck and the gloss on the fretboard, but not on the back, which is again a standard sort of American Pro 2 feature. I also have the little trick in its F-hole, but this time, as you're seeing more commonly on Telecasters now, what my switch is doing is changing the wiring in the middle position between series and parallel. So we get a traditional Tele sound or we get a more of a humbuckery kind of sound. But let's have a little listen to our clean tones. So I've got a cleaner, higher headroom amplifier than Mr. Pete.
Oh, I love it. Sounds fat and juicy.
I don't know that I can, in any true good conscience, suggest I think this sounds different. I mean,
there's more on the Telecaster. It's got, you can hear it more on the Telecaster.
It's this bit that's missing, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's not like a 335 where, so this side isn't hollow.
The top, isn't it?
It's literally just like this bit's missing. So it must take, you know, 2 or 3 pounds of weight out, I would have thought, but, or maybe at least a couple of pounds. But
it sounds fat and juicy.
It doesn't. Let's try middle.
I think you need more reverb.
Is it too much reverb?
No, you need more.
Okay, I'll just hang on. Bridge. Ooh,
yeah,
it can take your face off sometimes, a Telecaster sound. Let's try this middle position malarkey.
Let's try.
So that's the sound we're all familiar with, and then we.
That's a great Tele-mod.
Yeah, so it's a simple mod, and I think it is a useful extra sound.
Yeah.
Let's put some. What have we got here? Dane. That sounds good. That sounds good. Again, let's. I think there's something about just the bridge pickup, isn't there?
It's difficult to beat.
That's the sound. I've got a bit more gain here. So that's the Telecaster. If I haven't mentioned this already, these are these particular American Pro 2 models are all about £2,000. That's money, not weight. Weight, they are substantially less pounds than that. If only in money they were the same pounds as they are weight, we'd all buy them, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we all have one of each colour.
Okay, so now we're moving on to the Suona. Now this has got like an acoustic guitar construction here, isn't it? Because by the looks of things...
This is much more hollow.
Yeah, so we've obviously, instead of having your usual kind of rounded radiuses on the edge there and it all being carved out of one piece, this is essentially a top laid onto the body like an acoustic guitar would.
But it's got the rounded back.
Oh, look at that. Some beautiful grain on the back here.
So it's a violin burst. This is called a violin burst with a matching headstock with a roasted flame maple neck.
Oh yeah, I have a little bit of flame in mine. I've a bit understated the flame on this one.
It's got an ebony board, and as you will notice, the eagle-eyed of you, there's no dots on there.
What? No, that's it.
Because it's more like a violin, you see. It's an ass body, isn't it? And then it's got this
Alpine spruce
top.
From Italy.
From Italy. Hey!
I think it's a pretty looking guitar.
I think it's super pretty. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Yuri Shishkov. He made the violin guitars, and that was a wonderful guitar, but they were like 20 grand, aren't they, or something?
More, crazy. I think. It was crazy, yeah. He did the Stradivarius type thing. Stradivarius thing. Anyway, look, what are the pickups in there? Because you got some super upgraded pickups in here.
There is a Twisted Tele and a Sonoma pickup in it, so they are voiced especially for this guitar. Honey.
I'm going to just say this now, and this is probably totally psychosomatic. I think it sounds more like an acoustic guitar than this one.
I think you're right. It's got much more of an acoustic hollow flavour to it. But I'll tell you what, we can quickly neck pick up. But wood doesn't make a difference. So what can it be? I wonder.
Could be the different pickups in it. No, I think it's...
There's not much difference between the neck pickup and the bridge pickup, actually. I noticed it's a subtle nuance in the sound. So if you hear... It's very soft.
That's really interesting.
I've never heard that before on a guitar.
You don't have a pushy pulley or anything, no?
No.
No, okay.
I like it, but
it's almost like you've just like had a wah-wah pedal and you've just maybe done that. There's very little difference
but you know
between
what?
neck and bridge.
I like it. I think it's
very pretty. Could you be a bit jazzy on that, do you think?
Yes, you say jazz. Julian Large, L-A-G-E, I think it's Large. Forgive me if I'm wrong. He plays a Telecaster and he plays jazz on it, and he's a wonderful player. I know he's got a Collins signature guitar as well.
It's like a Blackguard.
Yeah, but he also has a Collins. But
I think when you think of those classic jazz guitars where it's like a mounted sort of mini humbucker type on the top of an acoustic
Charlie
sort of
Christian
body,
style.
I just wondered if with a bit of the tone rolled back whether you'd get that. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to my guns. There is an acoustic guitar overtone and resonance.
There definitely
on
is
that guitar.
Yeah, much more than on that.
Yeah.
That's very interesting with that it's so subtle.
What about with gain? I would worry that it might be a bit microphonic if it's... It sounds more different now that you've, between the neck and the middle when you put gain on.
It's got a really beautiful hollow sound to it. I like it. I really like it a lot.
It's the least Tele sounding Tele. Really interesting.
Sonoma.
There is a matching Strat to go with it. There's actually a matching bass as well. We'll show it on the screen now.
With
There's
an
sort of a set of 3 with this whole Italian kind of vibe to it. Let's see if the Strat sounds similarly acoustic.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful to play. It's got that, it reminds me a little bit of the body shape of that Strat that Stevie Ray had done, I forget what the name of it was, but that doesn't have the contour here. It's like a flat top one.
Yeah, like a Telecaster.
Yeah. I mean, again, the dots thing always makes me laugh because I know it's probably...
It's got the side dots here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So when I'm, as a player, I'm never looking for the dots on the fretboard. I'm only ever using the dots on the side as a reference point. And I know, obviously, probably when you get to your level, you're not looking for the dots at all, but I'm still using the dots on the side as a sort of an anchor.
Yeah.
I'm never looking at the dots on the front, but it surprises me how many guitar players won't buy a guitar with the dots missing on the front because they worry that they're not going to know, like, you know, where's the 5th fret or the octave or whatever. But yeah, I think it is, you know, if you actually look at naturally where you sit and where you play, you don't play like
you're
looking
not
at
looking
the
down like you won't really see them anyway.
The
I think it's just an aesthetic thing.
So let's try this with some.
It sounds great.
This has got some custom shop 69s here, and then again this Suona voiced pickup. We asked Fender what the whole Suona voicing was in the pickup, and they were a little bit sort of vague about it. They were sort of saying it's been wound to complement the semi-hollow sort of spruce top thing.
And it works.
It does sound good. There's not as much gain in it as there is in those V-mod ones. Lovely sustain. It's good. Grunt and clarity. This is one of my favourite pedal combinations, which is to use the Dane for that sort of low gain, and then the Wampler-tumnus to just, you know, kick the Dane up the arse.
In the face.
Every Dane I've ever met needs a kick up the arse from time to time.
finish. You have to finish on the E.
I was waiting for just to.
You were hanging in there.
I was just hanging.
You were hanging on.
Well, there we are.
That's it.
So that's the end of this little video.
Yeah. Links below. Like and subscribe.
These I think are super limited edition.
Yeah.
Like we might only have 1 or 2 of each of these. These, I think there's a couple more of these, but there you go. Look, I mean, going back to my original point. If you're just looking for, people are obsessed with this whole, like, Mick Taylor started this, I blame him, but obsessed with that, I've got to find the Strat that's like, 6.9 pounds, whatever it is. Like
yeah.
If that's if you really are obsessed with, like, losing that £1 or £2 off your Strat or your telly, then yeah, just go Thinline. That's the way to go.
I really like these. I really like the Strat as well. It looks great. I think it looks
I'm
really
a bit
nice.
annoyed that these have been out since the beginning of the year or something like that.
Really?
We just passed us by. But there we are. Right, I agree. Great guitars. Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much. How do we say thank you in Italian?
Grazie.
Grazie. Ciao bella.
Ciao bella.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Like and subscribe, please.
Like and subscribe me. Yeah, see you later. Bye.